So tomatoes, potatoes, onions. Yep, I put lots in your pan here. Where the lock is. These are going to be so easy to peel because they're overripe, these tomatoes. But it's going to make a couple of pizzas for me. I've got broccoli at home. And even though I got a bag of onions from you, I'm going to take some of these onions.
Stay a long time too.
Not if they've already got a soft spot on them. But, you know, oops, that's okay. At one stage I'm going to have to check the time. But I told John, I said, wait for me, look out your office window, because he said he could see me coming up the road and locking up my bike. So he's not going to go out until he sees me, I don't think. Not unless he's really anxious to get going. There's another bag here if you want to. Oh, maybe I'll take a few peppers. And what's this? Oh,
Lemongrass. If you were making a Thai meal.
Yeah, parsnips, turnips. Got everything here today. Even a squash.
Yeah, it's spaghetti squash.
I got enough for me. I don't really like turnips.
Harley.
However, I cook them. Hi.
Harley.
I thought she was calling Carla, but she's calling Carly. I thought she knew me. I guess I could take a picture of the pigs now while I'm here. They're all sleeping so nicely.
3 little pigs have become 3 big pigs.
They've got such a colourful array of food on the ground. They're going to be good and healthy.
Yeah, looks like they like red cabbage.
Yep, there's lots of cabbage spread around. Our friends have caught up with us. So we took another stop on the way because I'm a little bit too early today. Yep, that's what it is. It says outfall, depth 30 meters, length 1580. So there's a pipe that goes out. You can hear it running off here as well, but I don't think that's the outflow. That's just the creek. But the pipe must go underground by 1 kilometer. 1.5 kilometers that way would be the outflow.
Yeah, they still have it. I mean, that's what we built, the $2 billion.
Well, they use the Clover Point the same way, but when they do build when they finally connect the pipes, so these things are now superfluous.
Hopefully.
Well, it's probably carrying effluent at the moment. Anyway, I'll just throw my camera on the floor. Well, yeah, and it's pretty good. This camera is very robust. It's and with the shutters that close, the lens doesn't get dirty. But Talista Park is right where those buildings are at the end. That's where you normally turn, and that's where I turn inland. Yep, it's beautiful. I've never seen it from this spot before. The Salish Sea and the southern Gulf Islands. I think that's about it for now. Can you check your watch? Do you know what the time is? It's going to take me about another 20 minutes to get to John's.
At the moment it is.
Such a palaver.
Yeah, and then I have to take my sunglasses off so I can't see it. Something 20. It must be 9:20.
9:20. Okay, that's perfect. That means that I can take 15 minutes to get to John and 5 minutes to lock up the bike. Yeah, I'll do up my saddlebag so it doesn't look quite so... Yeah, with all my vegetables in there. Wouldn't want to lose my tomatoes. Yeah, well... As long as they don't steal the whole bike, I can get home.
Well, you got your lock, right?
Yep, I brought my lock. So next stop will be John's place. Hello! Hello, Hillary.
Oh, it's Lorna talking.
Oh, Lorna. Hi, Lorna.
Yeah, she wanted to see your lovely face if you could
Oh.
just come closer.
My COVID beard. This is version...
You're surviving?
Oh, yeah. This is my 7th beard since this COVID thing started.
I mean, you shaved it down and grew it back out.
Pretty much.
It's a year now. Well, you know,
More than a year.
John is like you. I mean, he can grow probably a full beard, probably inside of 2 or 3 weeks. He
Yeah,
can
no,
grow
I
grizzly
wish I could grow it on my head. That
Yes,
would
well,
be...
you know what? My mom told me that her dad used to say, grass doesn't grow on a busy street.
That's what my father used to say, and he was like me, he was bald.
Right.
And he said, grass does not grow on a busy street.
You can always grow this long enough
Mine-
and
yeah.
stick it on
Mine
your
stopped
head.
when I was 21.
I could keep growing my beard and then just flip my head
Right,
over.
and of course for men too, I told him, grow his ear hair out and his nose hair, and you can flip that all in there
Just
too.
give me a couple of weeks.
Oh, we'll see you later.
Okay.
Bye-bye.
So,
Oh. Yeah, my father used to say that. Grass doesn't grow on a busy street.
oh, I've heard that before.
Yeah? All right. You're a little bit bundled up today.
Yeah.
So let's do 5K.
Sure.
I'm pretty sure we can both handle 5K
Oh, yeah.
as long as we don't go nuts. I've just stepped off the bike and I still haven't got my running legs in yet.
Oh.
You know how it is. Your knees
Me
feel
too.
your knees feel weird for the first few minutes.
Me, it's my lower back.
Yeah? I stashed my camera already, so we shouldn't have to stop to take pictures. Hello. Lorna's got the same voice as Hillary.
But you say so.
I think so. Well, obviously you know different. It's that Montreal Jewish twang. It's funny, you know, when I sent the email out yesterday, Derek answered me back right away. He says, great. And then he sends me an email last night around midnight saying, can't make it. No explanation.
Whatever.
Whatever, yeah. He knows
It's
that,
nice to meet Mark. You know,
yeah, that way I knew I could ride straight to your place. Otherwise I would have got all on ready to run and then I would have had to ride over in my running gear. So we go all the way to Beacon and then we turn back up to Lochside
sure.
and then all the way back to your place. Ah. So those dogs are barking away in there.
Just one.
Just one. Making enough noise for two.
Well, tell me here to Go faster, go faster.
There's so many e-bikes now.
Oh yeah.
What with the COVID, the pet stores have made a really lot of business. People having pets for company. And also people buying e-bikes.
You pretty much have to pre-order it like a couple months in advance.
Yeah. But you know, we're just seeing the beginning of the e-bike generation. They're going to have super high-speed ones. Look at that one. That's a folding one. And a lot of seniors, they still drive their car, but if they had e-bikes, they could just sell the car. Talking of e-bikes, I saw a guy today on a one-wheel electric scooter, I guess you call it, but it's like he's standing on a wheel.
Not the ones that are on the wheels like 12 inches.
It's about this big, yeah.
Oh, a bit more, yeah. Yes.
One guy, he really goes everywhere on it. I've seen him at Quadra, I've seen him up here. He must do 30k at a stretch. I did 25 to come out to see you. Oh, look, talking of the devil, there's another one.
Like that, eh?
Yeah, like that. But the one I've seen, he puts his feet on either side of the wheel. Cool, eh?
Battery powered.
Yeah. And I guess they have so little actual weight other than the moving parts.
Yeah.
There's not like a frame or a saddle.
Workout possible.
But you'd probably...
Gotta stay balanced.
Yeah, that's the worst thing. It's probably a little more... It's probably a little harder than that. Hello.
Yeah, I'd say you can always balance yourself by getting rid of one foot, even though you don't want to.
Yeah.
Make sure you don't fall over.
Well, I think you've got to keep both feet on the thing. You'd have to jump off it.
Well, that's how the stop is.
You
It's
just
like a skate.
yeah, you just jump off. Hi.
There you go, guys.
We saw him last week. There he is. It's turned out to be quite mild. It started off cold though.
When I look at the temperature, like at 8 o'clock, 4 feels like 0.
And now it's probably 6, feels like 10.
Only one really.
You're going to have to get rid of your gloves pretty soon.
These are not quite me.
Did all your relatives get home safe?
Yeah, what?
Your relatives. Did they get back to Edmonton or whatever?
No.
You said
All of them.
a lot of them live here?
90% live in Edmonton. But they don't care about our mom.
Is there quite a big Portuguese community in Edmonton?
7,000.
Really?
6 or 7.
That's a lot. I was thinking maybe just 1 or 2 families.
No. Somebody while I was in Edmonton got to know he was one of the first 7 people. No, sorry, first 3 or 4 people
Yeah.
who went to live in Edmonton in 57.
But they came from the mainland or from
No,
Madeira?
From the Azores.
Really?
Basically the ones that were, that's how my godfather did too, but he went back home. Because they stopped in Edmonton. Basically the Kitimat to Edmonton rail line.
Ah.
But he had the rights. And 2 years later or so, his son, who got married like 6 months before they left, he came to Canada, to Toronto.
So I was just thinking, we probably haven't done a K yet.
Oh,
0.66. I was checking that my thing was working. I hadn't heard from the girl. But I think what it is with the traffic noise, quite often I miss the announcement. Because she's speaking when the cars go by.
kind of interesting. I'm having a hard time breathing. I feel like I got a burp every second or 2 seconds.
So you got a back ride planned for Saturday?
No, not specifically, no.
No?
We generally don't.
Time 6 minutes. Distance 0.77 kilometers. Average heart rate 128.
You might see Louise.
49 seconds.
That's a possibility.
Yep. She likes training with Hillary. You go out on your dirt bikes.
And on Saturday, there was 3 of us on our road bikes. Sylvie and I, we just passed their house.
Yeah?
And Carolyn was her name.
Carolyn.
Carolyn.
Yeah, I think I saw a picture of her.
Yeah.
Excuse me.
She's a
Triathlete.
semi-retired psychiatrist, psychologist.
Nice. Does she have a partner?
No.
No. Does she have a pet?
Time 7 minutes. Distance 0.92 kilometers.
I
Average heart rate
don't
130.
You would know if she had a dog. People with cats, you don't often know if they have pets because
Well, we don't.
the pet's indoors.
No, I don't think she does. Last time I went, dropped something off, had to knock on the door 3 times.
Yeah.
You think you hear the dog or this is the dog coming out.
Yep.
But it was she was busy on a Zoom.
Oh yeah.
Well, that's right, because he's on the left of that. Yeah.
Because I remember last time we did that, I said to you, this is our 5K. And then you said, no, it's not. It was less. And that's because I was measuring from Derek's house to the highway,
Oh, okay.
to your place, around the block, and then back to Derek's house. So I was missing out about 600 meters. Anyway, they put Derek on a low cholesterol diet.
rate 130. Workout average pace 7 minutes 30 seconds per kilometer.
So, average pace 7.5 minutes. Could it be that you're overdressed? Maybe you've got too much clothing on.
I don't think so.
You're winded. I went and ran on Saturday with a friend of Derek's, a guy called Rob Wiley. He used to ride a lot of time trials up here by, what's that, Sire Hampson Park.
Yeah, well, the Sydney Valley Santa, yeah. I
That's
think I know
right.
who you're talking about.
Chris Wiley. Not Chris, there's two. There's Chris Wiley.
Yeah.
You probably know him, but
Yeah,
this
he's the one
one,
that used to live on Royal Oak.
yeah. This guy lives in Esquimalt, and I ran with him out there. But he does the time trials, because I remember seeing a picture of him where he had this like aero bars and one of those filled in wheels.
Yeah. Arrow.
Anyway, what I did with him was that I walked one block first and then I ran.
Walking fast is fine. As soon as I start to 1 or 2 steps north,
Okay, I think this might be Henry.
yeah.
Yep, it is. So we turn up here. So it could be that you've lost some aerobic fitness. That's a possibility, unless you've been... How
Saturday
many?
was a good ride. Almost 60k ride.
How often a week do you train?
Time 13 minutes. Distance 1.67
Getting a lot
kilometers.
less now.
Average heart rate
Maybe
160.
4 times a week?
Workout
No.
average pace 7 minutes 45
2.
seconds per kilometer.
Usually 2, yeah, always.
Yeah. And if I come up 3, that kind of thing.
No, Wednesdays is my running day.
Yeah. Well, I
With or
try.
without you is the plan, but if the weather is poor,
Yeah.
I don't want to go.
Well, with me, is if the weather's poor, I want to go out because I go crazy if I stay indoors. I really need to go out every day, even if it's just for a hike.
Just go for a walk. We have it's about 3k, just slightly less than 3k, little walk
Yeah.
/ hike to the bird sanctuary.
Oh, I think you took me there once. Yeah, it's beautiful over there, but it's not quite far enough to run because you finished it in 20 minutes or less. You finish it in about 10 minutes. But for a
Well, you
hike,
can do that, then get back on Rest Haven, go as
Time
far down
14
Rest
minutes.
Haven, then
Distance
back home.
1.76
Yeah.
kilometers. Average heart rate 115. Workout average pace 7 minutes
yeah,
56
you see,
seconds
my
per
heart
kilometer.
rate's pretty low now. 115, that would tell me to get a move on. I'm finding my heart rate training quite useful because depending on what discipline I'm doing, I can tell how hard I'm working just by my heart rate. You can't go by the speed because if you're on your e-bike, you could be doing 30k and not working at all. So I always use my heart rate strap when I'm on the e-bike. So I know how
For
hard...
cycling, it's the power.
Yeah, that's what it's all about. The amount of force you're putting into the pedals.
Yeah, your wattage.
Your wattage. I found out about my
Time
odometer.
Distance 1.87 kilometers.
It's hooked to the
Average
back
heart rate
wheel.
117. Workout average pace 7 minutes 57 seconds per kilometer.
Oops. So we're going to go past Steve Baker's Street. Hello. I think we might have passed this street already. Wonder what it is. You seem to have lost one of your cylinders.
Time 16 minutes. Distance 2 kilometers. Average heart rate 133. Workout average pace 7 minutes 56 seconds per kilometer.
Well, you wanted to do more. You know what's going, friend?
No, I'm fine. I've still got another 25k to go on the bike. Let's go on the sidewalk here. Oh, hang on, you're right. If I see older people or people with dogs, I give them room. Because you can never tell what a dog's going to do. On a leash, it could jump right out in front of you. Well, if you continue to feel rotten today, maybe you should have a checkup. Maybe you should have your meds adjusted or something. Are you on beta blockers?
No.
No?
The other thing too is I seem to not sneeze or cough,
Uh-huh.
but always have congestion.
Time 17 minutes.
Yeah.
Distance 2.10 kilometers. Average heart rate
I can still breathe
127.
through
Workout
both,
average pace 8
but there's
minutes
some-
5 seconds per kilometer.
Liquid in there. Some snot or whatever it's called.
Yeah, mucus.
Mucus, yeah.
Mucus. Maybe you've got a mild form of COVID. Maybe when you get your flu shot, you'll feel that much better. That's what I'm hoping, that when they give everybody their flu shot, they're going to feel, all the ones that have been struggling with
You'll
it.
get mine before me.
Eh?
You'll get before me.
Maybe.
You over 65?
Yeah. I'm almost 70, but I think the cutoff is 70. It's a bit like running with age group categories.
Yeah. That's
60 to 69
how
kind of
old
thing.
you are today, not the end of the calendar year.
Ah.
Oh, I don't know. Don't know how they got it set up.
A lot of healthcare workers have had their shots already.
Thank God. Yeah.
Yeah, because they're the ones that were working with the most vulnerable. I mean, the number of people that have survived without any intervention is enormous. That's what you have to remember. The actual survival rate for a healthy person is very, very good. People who die are normally the ones that have got some underlying condition like pneumonia or TB or, something to do with their breathing. COPD, like what your mother had. The coronary obtrusive, whatever, pulmonary disease. Pulmonary is like pulmones.
Not consumption of air, so it's not
No.
consumption.
No.
Consumption.
That's more like TB. Consumption, I think that's TB. No. We got the wind behind us, what little wind there is. Do you want to try a bit more jogging? All right, let's go.
Time 19 minutes. Distance 2.27 kilometers. Average heart rate 110. Workout average pace 8 minutes 19 seconds per kilometer.
Small little bowl of cereal with a little bit of peanut butter in it, which I do a lot of times.
Yeah.
But right now, it's still there.
Oh, you haven't digested it. Oh.
But eat regular breakfast, not a problem at all. Maybe some of the
But
stuff from last night.
I arrived pretty much on time today, so it wasn't like I was
stuff
early.
That's still there from last night that hasn't gone through.
Hasn't digested, yeah. Could be that. But the pulmones in Spanish is lungs. Pulmones. And in
Just
Portuguese,
pulmons, yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
so the pulmonary part is to do with the lungs, so, who knows. You say you've got like phlegm, you've got mucus build-up.
I always feel like I should blow my nose, and when I do, just a little bit of moisture comes out.
Yeah. I sometimes wake up at night and I've got like a plug in my nose.
Oh, I always blow my nose when I do that.
Yeah, and then I feel like when I've cleared my nose, I can go back to sleep. That kind of thing.
When I wake up, like between 4 and 5 o'clock,
Yeah,
I'm up for the day.
in the morning. Me too. We should chat.
It's like 5 to 6 hours sleep. It's normal for me.
Yeah, but you probably go to bed at around 10 or something like that.
No. 11:30 to midnight.
Oh, okay. Because I go to bed around 9, 10 some days. It's normally to do with the daylight. When the clocks change.
It's my medication.
Oh. But for me, when the clocks change, my sleeping patterns will change. I'll be saying, how come it's light? It's only 5 o'clock, that kind of thing. So if the clock springs forward, that means what used to be 5 is in fact now called 6. So if it got light at 6, it's going to get light at 5.
Yeah.
And it was almost like that today, I noticed. I was up at about 5:30. This is Derrick Street.
Yeah.
And this is your garden here.
Yeah.
I still haven't eaten the kale.
Oh.
But I did pick up some nice root vegetables today from the pigs. He had some really nice big onions. Great for making onion soup. And the farmer also had turnips, parsnips, tomatoes, peppers, sweet peppers, the big red ones.
So you said he goes to pick them up at stores.
Yes.
Instead of dumping it or composting it,
Yeah.
he takes it.
And takes it, and what he thinks the pigs will need, he puts for the pigs. And what he thinks that the humans might want, he puts aside for them.
Well, he's got chickens too, so maybe there's...
He's got sheep as well.
Oh.
Because I remember one week I came up and I was talking to him and he said, the apples are for the pigs.
You know what sheep love the most?
What?
Just like what rabbits do.
Fresh grass.
No, not that. It's carrots.
Carrots.
Carrot leaves.
What, the carrot tops?
Yeah.
Time 23 minutes. Distance 2.73 kilometers. Average heart rate 118. Workout average pace 8 minutes 26 seconds per kilometer.
It's a shame you don't have a heart rate monitor on you today, because you know how they can tell if you're under the weather. If your heart rate is high. They say don't train hard if your heart rate is high in the morning. And that's probably the situation you were in. You had an elevated heart rate because you were trying to digest.
It is the clothing. Damn, a little bigger now.
Ah. You might have put on a few extra pounds in a couple of weeks.
Yeah.
Derrick's like that. He balloons up and down, up and down.
I
If
don't
he
go up
trained,
and down.
if he trained 2 or 3 times a week,
I go up.
he'd be as lean as
I
me.
go up in winter.
Yeah.
In July, I go down. But 20 to 30 pounds.
Really?
Yeah.
That's a heck of a lot.
Oh. Well,
All the winter fat goes.
basically because of my parents inherit what's it called? Your parents' diseases and problems like that you sometimes have, the ailments.
Parkinson's?
No, the hereditary. Yeah,
Oh, hereditary. Yeah. So
My mother,
you've inherited from
even
your
though my
parents.
mother was getting very little food, because they always give you exactly what they think you should have,
And she was still
and the right
putting
kind
on
of,
weight.
she was putting on weight.
Yeah, so
She
she's
wasn't
got.
moving at all.
I think what it is, it's a survival mechanism. It's for people who live on islands like the Azores. When there's lean times, they put on fat, and when there's good times, they go lean again, because they're getting all the energy they need from the food. But in the winter, when there's not a lot of food,
They get the energy from the fat.
they get the energy from burning fat, so they store it. It's a smart move.
I guess that's me also.
Yeah, maybe. So you're ready for a triathlon now? Not a triathlon, a duathlon.
See if any come on.
What?
We'll see if any are available.
Yeah, well,
If they are, I will do it. It'll give me focus.
It looks like they might open up in-person racing again, but it'll be like with a cap. They'll say 200 maximum.
We'll see if they'll allow the time trials.
What, on a bike?
That generally starts the last week in March.
That's when the bike time trials start. Up here in Sydney?
Sydney. Southampton Park.
Yep. Hello.
Time 26 minutes.
Last time they
Distance
had it,
3.06 kilometers.
is
Average heart rate 100.
March and April last year, they couldn't have, there's usually a person holding your ass
Yeah.
and you're on your bike clipped in.
Oh,
Then
I
you can
see.
go with timing. But you have to do it on your own last year.
I think
Be
this,
nobody behind
one
you.
of these women here, I think is Peggy Sherwood, the girl that's limping. I think that's Peggy.
One in black.
Yeah,
She limping or a short leg?
both.
Oh,
But she was a nurse at San Pen as well. If it's her.
I guess you know her because of that.
No, I know her from sweeping the races.
Ah,
Hello. Is that Peggy? Peggy, Peggy, Peggy. How are you?
I'm good. How are you?
Good. I was just explaining to John how we knew each other, and I said from sweeping the Harriers races.
Yes, that's right.
They either asked me or they asked her to do it.
so who had the broom?
Bruce
he
Hawks. Bruce Hawks had the
Oh,
broom.
yeah, he had the broom.
He always used to come with a broom.
Exactly.
The sweep up all the dead people.
He would say to me, "Take the broom." I said, "No, I don't need it. I don't need it." Anyway, I saw you were limping a bit
Yeah, I
there.
know. I've done something.
To your knee?
No, I actually started in this. I don't remember which foot it is now. This foot is all swollen up. I just overtraining and whatever. And
Are you still traveling or not so much?
No, I can't.
Okay.
I actually, when this COVID thing, I just quit my damn job. I
Okay.
thought it's too weird.
It is kind of weird,
I
yeah.
don't believe this stuff. I don't believe it.
Anyway, good luck with your walk,
Yeah.
and I hope that your foot gets better soon,
Oh, yeah.
and that you can sweep many more races for the
for
Harriers.
sure. Yeah, well, good to see you, Paul.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Bye bye.
The base of A5K and 8K. The biggest prize and the biggest award, size-wise, was for the most honest runner.
Yeah.
Guess what? Person finished. They didn't just stay there and not finish. The last finisher. Who actually did the whole course
Yeah.
gets the biggest award.
They
Bigger
often
than
give
the
a big
trophy
cheer
winner.
to the last person in.
Yeah.
But that's normally because the volunteers can go home then, once they know the last person's gone through.
Yay, they're finally in.
Finally, we could go home. Anyway,
Or ready for you or Bruce Hawks.
yeah, they're wait. Bye bye.
Take care.
See, I knew it was Peggy, but I also knew she was a real anti-vaxxer. She refuses to wear a mask. She refuses to do anything like that.
Even her annual Bruce Hawks.
Probably that too. She also used to think that the internet was poisoning people's brains
Yeah,
But-
of course it is.
by the radiation. Not.
Oh, the radio. Okay.
She was talking about the rays. Wi-Fi was killing people.
Yeah, I heard of that comment before.
I respect anybody's version of the truth, but I will keep to my own. That's basically how I work. I'm not going to try and change their mind.
But then yours alters a bit. It's not 100%.
Yeah.
It's now 98%. Something or somewhere you saw this other idea that has a 1% chance of being correct.
Yeah, I've been offered another option, which means I'm broad-minded. I'm prepared to listen to the facts.
Even in the news, the real news, it's opinion.
Yeah.
The writer, the television channel, the series.
The editor, he might say, "Oh, I'll
Fox-
take that out. That can't
Fox
have that."
isn't, even so it's called news, isn't really news.
It's their version of the news.
Yeah, no, not their version. It's what they call news. It's entertainment,
Yeah. Fake news.
pretty much, or extended.
Yeah.
Some of it is what happened, but the way they say it and explain it is totally different. Like this happened on this day to so and so and so and so,
Those are facts.
and this is why.
When they say this is why, then that's when they're interpreting the facts.
Then you have to say that. Yeah, it's the right of saying anything anywhere you want.
Yeah. The freedom of speech. Anyway, I'm almost back at the bike now, so I'll put the recorder away for another day. Bye-bye.